This is the teacher webpage template, and it provides you a good overall basis for beginning your own classroom website. So in this particular video, what we're going to do is take a look at what all is included in the template to give you a sense of what's here and what you can kind of work with. So this is the main homepage for your teacher website. And if you look at this page, you have a brief description welcoming people to the class, a calendar over here on the right that kind of gives you some ideas of big events that are happening in your class, chapter tests, field trips, large projects that are due. There's two little areas down here called News and Notes and Weekly Homework that are actually feeds from two different announcements pages that are on another part of your site. So this first one, News and Notes, is sort of a weekly message of this is what's happening in class this week, this is what we're going to look forward to doing next week. In my own class, I always started this at the beginning of the school year, but then later on in the year I had students as guest writers who wrote these sort of weekly announcements of what's happening in class. The second little announcement feed that's showing up down here on the bottom is a weekly homework summary. So these are the types of things that are going to be due in class. And in each of these cases, if a user were to come and click on the link would open up and take you to a longer version of the post that maybe has a picture or something. But for now, I'm going to navigate back over to the home page by clicking on Home in the navigation bar. So this is the main page. After the main page, you have what's called Course A and Course B. Often, people have two different classes that they teach. In my case, I always taught life science and physical science. So Course A is sort of that place where you can talk about your life science class or your math class, one of the sections that you teach. So you might provide a brief overview along with links to some course resources, such as the syllabus or maybe an online textbook, and also add files that you want parents to be able to download. Course B is just another copy of that for a different course that you might teach. Then there's this section called News and Notes, and this is one of those examples of an announcement page. So this first post, Welcome Back, provides a brief summary of what happened as we're coming back to school. But let's say it's the second week of school. All I have to do is click the New Post button and go through the process of generating a new post. And so it's pretty simple to do. Basically, you just come in and you actually start typing out your post. And then when you're done, you hit save up here on the right. But when you do that, what actually will end up happening is a second post would show up here, and that second post would also show up on your home page underneath this News and Notes section. So looking down this site navigation menu, after News and Notes, we have Weekly Homework, which is another page that works like News and Notes, but instead of putting a weekly summary, you might put the homework for the week. So for life science, here's what you need to do. For physical science, here's what you need to do. Then there is an About Me page where you can actually put your picture along with a little summary of who you are and where you went to school. And then the last page is just an overall site map, kind of showing all of the different things that are within your website. Now, if we go back here to the home page, I briefly want to talk a little bit about this calendar versus weekly homework. As a teacher, you can choose what is best for you. You may like posting all of your homework to the one calendar, and you can do that. And the cool part about that is a student can come along, or a parent, and they can click on this little link in the lower right-hand corner that says plus Google Calendar. And what will happen is that it'll add this calendar to their list of Google Calendars that they have viewing rights to. They won't be able to edit it, but they would be able to see things. And the handy part about that is then when they go to their Google Calendar page, they have everything in one place. Similarly, students and parents could also add individual assignments by clicking on the actual activity and then clicking Copy to My Calendar, and a copy of that goes on to their calendar. So you can post all of your homework here. Or if you'd like to just easily post weekly summaries, you can do that here, and then just use the course calendar on the main page as where you post those big items that are happening in class. So that's just a brief overview of the site, and in the next video we'll start taking a look at how you can actually edit this site.